We are in the good times here, okay? So on global, we only have 7 of the EZAs here. But the JP, if we go over to the JP side, we should have all 10. Yep, we have all 10 super EZAs right here. So this is when they drop. So that's what this video is. When they drop, I'll also go over the Shadow Dragons because I haven't talked about them yet because their kits just came out last night. And so, if you're looking to see when the 10 EZAs drop, they all drop at on the 29th at 12 a.m. CDT. So that is like 10 hours from now, 10 and a half hours from now, from the time of recording at 1:27 for me. Okay, so all you have to do, translate 12 a.m. CDT at the 29th to your time. If you live on the west coast of the United States, you'll be 2 to 3 hours behind. I think it's just 2 hours behind. And then East Coast is going to be later in the 29th. So the only time it'll be earlier than, we'll say earlier, as in like 11 p.m. It would be if you're west coast from central, because that's what CDT is. Otherwise, it's just going to be on the 29th. And that's when they all drop. All of them except for the Legion, Shadow Dragon Legion for some reason. I don't know why they don't just drop them at the exact same time. Maybe this is when the Battlefield comes out. So that's my guess, is the Battlefield is going to come out at 3 a.m. CDT. And then the rest of these guys are just going to be released at 12 a.m. CDT. Now, we don't know for sure if there's going to be missions, which I'm going to assume there's going to be missions for these guys. There's no way they're going to make us do each of these sub-EZAs. There's 6 of them. Some of them require Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Some of them require Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. These medals. There's also 3 Super EZAs. So I also don't know how they're going to do that because these are separate. So if we have to do 3 separate runs, the Super EZAs kind of take a while, I'm not going to lie. So this one might be a little bit annoying to do because there's 3 Super EZAs. But you can see, like, he's going to have his Super EZA medals. The Goku's going to have his. And then the Vegeta is going to have his. So we're going to have to do 3 different Super EZAs. Which I guess isn't the worst thing, but they don't give stones like the regular EZAs. But that's okay. The weekly just gave a ton of stones. Now these guys, so Pan is going to be, as you can see, Goku sub EZA medals. Vegeta, or Trunks is going to be Vegeta. This Goku should be the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And then Sin, I am actually, is just a regular EZA, so he's just going to be Omega's sub EZA. And then Baby, I think, is Omega. Oh no, he's Vegeta as well. And then this Goku's going to be Goku. So we have Goku, 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 Vegeta, Vegeta, Omega. So I'm assuming there's going to be missions. So I see people saying grind this now so you have them done. However, you're going to still have to do it anyways. I wouldn't grind these right now. I would recommend just waiting, because if you grind out like all of these medals and then there's just going to be a mission that gives all of them to you, I don't see the point. I don't see them making us do the 3 Super EZAs and then making us do 6 of these EZAs either, the sub EZAs. Because the sub EZAs ones actually do take a while, and you have to do it for each one, which can be a lot. So I would say, honestly, personally, for me, I'm going to wait and see, because we seriously might only have to do the Super EZA ones, and then we'll just get the medals for the rest of these. I mean, for sure, you're going to have to do the 3 of these, all the Super EZAs, so they might just give you the sub EZA medals from getting the Super EZAs done, is what I'm saying. And you can't grind the Super EZA medals right now, you have to wait until those drop. So I would recommend waiting for the Super EZAs to drop and then seeing if they give you missions for this. And then it'll be the same for probably the 6. Omega is from Battlefield, so if you click on these, I think no, it doesn't say, but it's from Battlefield. I believe I saw something that you get this from beating the new Battlefield stages. Now, again, I'm not 100% certain on that. Also, I don't know why they're not all. Oh, wait, no, they all are here. Why are they not all on Dokkan Info? That's very strange. Usually they'd all be here, but they're not. Okay, so it is on the global one. I I'm trying to see if we can look and see how you get these. Maybe it would show it in the new battlefield somewhere, but nah, the website doesn't have it. But I'm almost 100% sure I saw something about getting it from the new battlefield in the news. So actually, hold on, I might be able to show you guys then. If we go to the new content, yep, you collect the medals from the new Ultimate Clash for the LR Legion of Shadow Dragons. So I'm assuming you're just gonna have to play this. This should be dropping tonight as well. I would imagine this is 3 a.m. Hence the 3 a.m. timer on this. So when that comes out, you'll be able to get the medals that way. I don't think you have to buy them with the Clash medals, which should be nice. Also do this because it's gonna get you tickets. The Ultimate Clash also, I'm pretty sure, will give you tickets if I'm not mistaken on that. Because panel missions, and then you go over here to part 2, see if they're... Okay, no, one of them is. Yep, stage 5 of the perfect cooperation. Then this one will be added, and then this one will be added. And then you'll have close to all of the tickets. I think you do get 5 from something else, or 10. Maybe you get them from the... I'm trying to see, it's not loading. Yeah, I want to say you get it from this, but it's not that one anymore. It'd be something like that. Unclaimed, maybe? No, these are just super easy A's. Either way, we almost have all the tickets. I'm assuming by the end of the week. I think Friday is the next content drop, the 1st. So once we get to the 1st, we should be able to do your second 50 ticket, 44% chance to pull the new unit, which would be huge for all the people that are looking for the new character that they haven't pulled yet. Hopefully you guys get them off of that. Hopefully I get them off of that, whoever I want, whoever you want. I hope we all could, but it's 44% chance, so you either end up really happy or you end up really sad. That's kind of how it goes. Unfortunate. I hope you guys all get what you want. By the way, if you enjoy, leave a like, drop a sub to the channel if you're new. Thank you for watching. But let's see. So again, 9 of them are going to be 12 a.m. CDT, and then the Omega Shenron is going to be at 3, which is just 3 hours later from these ones. Again, strange, but most people aren't going to have these guys done before the 3 hours is up anyways, so it's fine for most of the people. Now, if we go to the Omega Shenron, which we can do real quick here, let's look at his kit, and we'll rate him, right? So he's GT Boss is 150, which actually is pretty decent for a GT Boss's lead. You have a 50% attack raise, 20% defense, and attack down. So this is actually pretty solid because of the attack down. And then a 50% attack raise along with a greatly lower, so 30% attack down. Defense down doesn't really matter, even though I said it was nice here. It doesn't really matter. It's all about the attack down, okay? And a high chance to stun. So any stages where you can stun and lower attack, or do one or the other, this is going to be a nice addition. So again, he attack lowers, which the GT Bosses team has a ton of attack lowering with this guy. The Texan attack lowers. AG, or no, not AGL, the STR Omega attack lowers. That team has a lot of attack lowering, so if these stages are able to be lowered, like, they're gonna lower. Like, look, he has attack lowering here. I don't know if he has any in his kit, but that's fine because Omega, STR Omega has attack lowering. This guy has attack lowering. Texan has attack lowering. Everybody has attack lowering on this team. So his basic effects are Key 4, 177% attack and defense. GT Bosses get 3 Key, 40% attack and defense, which is really nice. Per GT Bosses or Extreme Class, which you're only going to be running this guy on Extreme Class or GT Bosses, he's 30% attack and defense per, and 7% damage reduction per. So I believe 6 is the number we're looking for. I don't think it's 7. I don't think it counts themselves. So it should be 6. So 6 times 7 is 42, so 42% damage reduction, and 6 times 3 is 18, so 180% attack and defense per character, or that's what you get for all of them, because you're going to be running him on a full extreme class team anyways. And it's nice because it doesn't just need to be GT bosses, it's or extreme class, although he does only buff GT bosses, but that's okay. When all allies are extreme class or GT bosses, again, same thing, extreme, which is very nice that they did this because the Rosés are going to be able to be runnable. He gets super effective, and all allies get an additional 17% attack and defense, so 57% attack and defense with 42% damage reduction. And then he gets 77% attack and defense with 12 or more key, 77% attack and defense, 18 or more key, 77% chance to crit with 24, and then when the target enemy is attack or defense down, he gets an additional 7 key, 77% attack. I wish he had a little bit more defense or some additionals or something. Although additionals don't give you defense here, but it does lower attack. But he looks pretty good because again, he's having 42% damage reduction with the 2 Omegas who you're going to have on each rotation. He's getting 62% damage reduction. He's buffing GT bosses by 57% attack and defense and 3 key. And then check this out. He also has a debuff on his active, which is 30% for 1 turn. I don't know if this is like the buffs where it is actually more because it's an active. I don't think it is, but either way, a 30% debuff is going to be nice. And then the 7th turn start of battle, which isn't really good right now, but maybe it could be good in the future. Of course, he's only on 3 teams, GT bosses, Shadow Dragon, Joy Forces. He is on Omega's 220, which is, again, the only team that you're going to run him on. Or you could run him on the 200% for that Omega. Another nice thing, he has good links. So he has Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, Fear and Faith, GT, Shadow Dragons, Big Bad Bosses, Legendary Power. With the Omega, who's going to be floating, or not floating, he's going to be on the team. He's going to be in either slot 1 or slot 2. I think if you're running him with Rosé, you'll put him in slot 2 when Rosé's there. He will have 4 key, 85% attack, and 55% defense. That is a lot of stats. Along with 57% attack and defense for the Omega, and then Omega is giving 70% defense and 10% damage reduction to him as well. Again, this also isn't counting any of the other support characters that are here, right? So if I go over to, I actually don't remember if STR Omega is a support. Does he support? I think he does. Yeah. GT bosses get 2 key, 40% attack. Oh, I wish he gave defense. But he's an attack support, okay, so he's giving something. Alright, so he is a little bit of a support. He gives a ton of key. This guy's going to be a nice floater with his attack lowering just on his passive. He's 40%. Man. And then does he do it on super? I don't think he does anything on super, which is a little bit sad. But again, he's gonna be very nice on this team, along with Texan, who attack lowers on his super or his passive. He attack lowers in his passive, but he gets it with key orbs. So again, this is gonna be very nice. GT Bosses is actually in the best spot it's ever been, and I don't think it will ever be this good again. I think this is the prime GT Bosses team. It's not gonna get better than this. We also have some Part 3 EZAs and Super EZAs coming. I believe Vegeta and Trunks should EZA 100%. And Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the TUR, should EZA pretty much 100%. I don't know if they'll do more. I hope they do decide to do more. I still want Tech, Goku Black, and Zamasu Super EZA. They can still EZA, Super EZA, Sword of Hope Trunks. They can still Super EZA Corrupt Merge Zamasu. Those guys are all in line for Super EZAs. If we get that, plus Vegeta Trunks, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, we really don't need any more GT EZAs, plus there's not any more GT bosses that can EZA, really. So, we're pretty much done with, I think this is the full GT bosses team. I mean, we're talking 1, 2, 3 really good options. STR, Super EZA, Omega is 4. The Nova is pretty good, that's 5. And then right now you can run this baby if you want to run the baby. You could also run the Int Super Baby 2 is actually going to be pretty good in some areas, like against the specific enemies. Like this guy's going to be good against I don't know why it's not showing his super easy A details. Oh, here we go. Or he's just regular easy. He's gonna be good against Pure Saiyan, Cyber Saiyan, or GT Heroes. Like, this is a good character against those characters. Or those bosses. Now, if they're not any of these three, I wouldn't run him at all, but against these three, he's going to be doing good. There's going to be a lot of Pure Saiyan, Hybrid Saiyan, or GT heroes, so that's not a bad option. Again, you can also run, like I said earlier, the temp unit, so he'll be here temporarily, but honestly, with Omega's team, you just pop Rose, the STR Rose and Zamasu on there. You just pop AGL Rose on there if you have them, if you need an extra slot. And that guy is an extreme type support, so again, it's just going to give more support to this team that is pretty strong. And again, I don't think it's ever going to be better than this. This is going to be peak GT bosses. You can even run this guy now. If you run him on the GT bosses, so don't put the Rose on there and put this guy instead, he actually can get his full GT bosses. I'm pretty sure he does get 35% from this for having a full team that includes him. Also, if the Omega, the Legion include himself, he'll be at 69% damage reduction. But I'm not sure. But if this does include him, which I'm pretty sure it does, he gets 35 here, and then he can get 35 here, which is my brain 70. That's 70%, and there's a ton of rainbow orb changes. Each physical Omega rainbow orb changes, Texan rainbow orb changes. So he's going to be getting like 3, 4, 5 pretty consistently, I would say. Like, you can run this guy. Like, he's runnable. That's 70% damage reduction. You get all his rainbow orbs. He'll have 90% damage reduction with the 2 Omegas on the team. He also has a revive if you're 50% or lower HP. Like, this guy is actually runnable. And then he debuffs. He debuffs by 25%. He's also a into rainbow orb changer, by the way. So, like, this guy is runnable, dude. You put him on this full GT bosses team, you can use him. I'm gonna make a video about this. He's a runnable character. He's getting buffed. He's getting supported by, I don't know, I said it like that. He's getting supported by In Shadow Legion. He's getting supported by Physical Omega. Although he's not gonna link with him, which is a shame. Let me see if I can, if this guy, does he support? I think he just gives support to Goku Blacks. Yeah. He doesn't actually support the other units on the team. But he does raise his allies' attack by 60%. So that's very nice as well. I always forget about that. Man, hey man, Omega's leader skill is pretty good for villains right now. Anyways, thanks for watching. With that, I'm out.